Yeah, Ugandans, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Mosh as usual. Komiewo, and there is so much that has happened just in the previous few hours, but we need to get to know what is really on ground, what exactly is happening. And today I'm with Honorable Angela Zainab Ali, the Moroto Woman MP contestant, and I think she's also our leader in Moroto district. And you know what has happened in Moroto. You saw the siege at her offices where the military, the police, all sorts of the security apparatus, they ganged up together and raided our offices, and several comrades of ours were arrested. At the same time, besides being arrested, they took our materials, they took everything that we use in people power. These guys are just scared. However, we thank God that our leader, Angela Zainab, is safe. I don't know where she's hiding. I don't know if she's in hiding or she's not hiding. I don't know. But the good thing, she's here to tell us exactly what is happening down there. Abdul Latif Musenze nkusanyukidde Remy Akero webale kubeerako Namande Shadia Dadi Vanessa mwena abaliko. She's our leader from Karamoja region. Okumanya boss Katide. Recently, he used not to concentrate on that region. Ngagamba, we shall not wait for Karamoja to develop. Right now, atidde alaba enkyukakyuka. So, Honorable Zainab Ali, I'm going to request you to greet our viewers and tell them a little what is happening in Moroto. What is the problem down there?
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mosh. I greet you all, the viewers from wherever you are. My name is Angela Zainab Ali, aspiring woman MP, Moroto District, and National Unity Platform ticket. This early morning, we got unfortunate news that the police and the military illegally raided our Karamoja regional office in my home as well, in Moroto district, in search of alleged military property, which they didn't even get. The raid was intended to instigate fear and terror, not only on my family, but also on the civilian population of the Karamoja sub-region. They just want to instill fear in people and tell them that this does not belong to the Karamojongs, it's only centralized. The planned raids on they didn't even end there. There were some planned raids on the villages. These are some of the sub-counties that are in my district. They went to the villages and started detaining whoever was putting on red, the red t-shirt, beret, anything red. They were just capturing you, beating you, and all those types of brutal attacks. But nevertheless, we are sensitizing the community not to fear, but of course protect themselves from the brutality and the torture by any state security apparatus. And must not take these attacks on the liberty and civil rights of the Karamojong civilian community lightly. We shall not. And we also warn and we also try to protect the pride and heritage of the warriors when our liberties are under attack, because what they're doing right now is actually not right. People are starting to fear, people want to pull out, but nevertheless, I know this is not going to be the last attack they're going to do, but we're going to stay strong in the fight. The struggle is just beginning. We are going to encourage our people to even expect more. Actually, if they're really in this struggle, they shouldn't back up. They should be ready to get more and more and more. There'll be arrests, there'll be beatings, there'll be all kinds of brutal acts. But we're not going to give up on the fight. It's just the beginning. And us Karamojongs, actually, everyone who was not even on our side, all the old people, all the people in the area, let alone Moroto, but in the entire region, are now seeing the bad acts that the government, the current regime is actually impacting on people. They're now saying, oh, okay, how can this young girl scare a big government like this? That means she's fighting for the truth and the liberty of our nation. So we are coming up as a region to actually fight all this corruption that has been going on. They're actually getting to realize by themselves that the acts that these people are doing are not right. So that's what we're actually trying to do on ground at the moment, sensitize people, and instill in them the act of bravery for this party, because it's the only party that can liberate us as Karamoja, and we've been suffering for a very long time. At the moment, they arrested one of our people. They arrested the general secretary of the district, that is Mr. Angulo Andrew. He has always been advocating. He's been my spokesperson as well. They arrested him illegally. They've detained him. They're not even allowing people to see him. He's actually still in CPS, Moroto CPS up to now. We don't know what they've detained him from. No one can access him. So let's all come together and fight to free him. Yeah.
Who else was arrested alongside your general secretary?
The general secretary only allowed himself to be taken by the police because I said, in case, instead of taking people who are innocent, just take me. Of course, but others were beaten in the process brutally, like badly beaten. But nevertheless, we were taking care of them medically and all that. And we're trying to get Andrew out.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry, I'm one of those people who thought you guys have guns, have being warriors. You have weapons to protect yourselves. What is preventing you from becoming violent using the guns, the spears, and so forth as warriors? Are you scared?
Me personally and my team were not scared. We expected it at some point. Because on 3rd, when our president Chagulanyi was being nominated, people were all putting on red all over and floating. So we expected it at some point, though it was abrupt. And we're not scared, but we're just scared for the locals around. We don't want them to be armed and all that. We don't want anything bad to actually happen to them. That's what we are scared of. But we're not scared of any attacks, any raids, or anything. But let them just not brutalize the community. Let them not arrest and beat up people. Let this be a free and fair campaign and election. That's what we're actually trying to fight for. We're trying to make this, because if Uganda is really a multi-party country, then why brutalize the opposition? Just cancel the elections already and declare yourself a winner if you don't want competition in the race. So that's we're actually trying to fight for now. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Now that these guys have attacked you guys, they are coming back to attack again sooner than later. Just like the headquarters in Kamocha, we expect that attack. Or the regional districts, the regional officers should be expecting an attack sooner than later. You guys, how are you going to safeguard yourselves? How are we moving from this point that today we've been attacked, they are coming back? And from your submission, you're telling us that these guys take anyone who's putting on red. You understand? Anyone who's putting on red is taken. How are you going to safeguard yourselves from such future attacks? Because we know the field is not going to be free and fair. It's not going to be leveled. It's going to be it's going to be always like single-sided. The dictator is going to use the state machinery to crush us. How are you prepared to guard yourself against that before we get to the election?
Well, on the side of the attacks of the offices, we are planning to be more careful this time. We're planning not to put sensitive material in the office, like register for the one that we've been using to register people with the national ID, membership cards, all those sensitive materials and documents. We want to avoid keeping them at office anymore. We'll just see what to do. And then on the side of the attacks of the red beret, of course we'll always continue wearing them, because this is a sign of our visibility. We can't stop putting them on unless maybe the court declares that it is a state property or the army's property or whatever. We'll always continue advocating in our own way. And actually, we're planning to get different types of berets
Yes.
Of
Yes,
capes,
Angela.
actually, not real. Yes, and also t-shirts, because we want to bring up something else, something that they will not be able to fight against. And then, by the way, they've been tearing down our posters. I'd forgotten to tell you that. My posters, Chagulanye's posters, and the people who were actually campaigning on the same ticket, like the councillors who have been putting up their posters, all of them are being teared down. So we really don't know what to do, but we have the photo and video coverage of all this when it was happening. We have photos of this when they were putting them down in videos. So we'll see how to work on that soon or later. But of course, oppression will not end. But doesn't mean that the struggle should also end. We'll keep pushing on till we wear the victor's crown. We won't stop.
Okay. Now that if these guys can't let you just pin posters, can't let you just open an office, where do you get the confidence as a contestant who's contesting against a dictatorship that you'll be declared a winner? Where do you get the confidence that your victory won't be snatched?
For me, I'm actually not even minding that of the rigging and all that, because for us it's about the people. If you have the big numbers on ground, there is no way you're going to rig someone out. We're just making sure we're sensitizing each and every individual, door-to-door movements. Like, everyone should actually know about the liberation that we're going to bring. So I'm very sure of my win. That is the first thing I can assure you, because they're actually also campaigning for me. The police, every time they're trying to do this, they're spoiling their name instead. So they're creating a good ground for me, nevertheless. Of course, blessing in disguise. And yeah, for my president, we are trying to also get insiders who will help us, obviously. And then get people who will be there on the polling day, and stand the ground and say, we are not living here till we collect the DR forms, till everything is actually well known. Yeah, and the campaign is serious. We won't stop. We will try and bring other techniques and strategies, how to curb them without, of course, we're always peaceful. We always bring out peaceful means. We'll try and make other projections that they will actually not be able to know. But also we'll do talk shows, we'll do songs all over, and we'll be running on the streets to sensitize people here and there and all that. And we're actually planning to get Chagulanye, the president, to speak to the minds of the Karamojong. Of course, we'll get him an interpreter, or I'll interpret for him in Karamojong, and talk to the minds of the people, tell them his mission for them. In this way, there will be no way that there'll be rigging and all that, because people will actually know what they are voting for. We actually, in the plan of doing that, we want to instill in them that there is some other leader that you people are not aware of that is actually better for all of us as a nation, as a country. Yeah, so that's what we're also trying to do. Though, of course, tear posters will put others. They will tear posters, will find other ways. You get?
Okay. Honorable Zainab, but before you go any further, I've seen several messages where people are requesting to help Andrew out, and they want to send some little mobile money. And I think if you don't mind, you can share your number. I'll pin it here. Those who want to reach out and help the Karamoja region, they'll be able to get in touch with you. And most importantly, like to help with legal fees, to say that we get bail for him and he's free again, but also to put up more posters and try to improve on our visibility. Because today we saw a report that in Karamoja, in Kapchora, which is neighboring Moroto, if I'm not mistaken, Kapchora, our posters are not there. And I believe, much as you are a contestant in a district, but you can help also outside Moroto district. So before you go any further, please share your number with us. that you can,
My
people can
number
interact
is
with you?
my number is 07833
7833. Yes. Yes, Honorable.
07833
733. Uh-huh. Yes.
03
Uh-huh.
03
Uh-huh.
694 694.
694. It is 0783 303694. Am I correct? Wanji? Our network,
Yes.
is the number correct? 303694.
07833
Mm-hmm.
03
Mm-hmm.
694.
Okay. So which is, I'm going to pin it here, and in case it is wrong, you let us know that it is wrong or it is correct. But anyway, now moving forward, we've seen reports today that in Karamoja, in
Okay.
a Kapchora, which is a neighboring district, there is no single poster for our president. And how we wish you could reach out, Honorable. We know you have so much on your plate within Moroto, and Karamoja region, but I believe you can stretch a hand also to that region. Can you comment about that as well?
In Karamoja region, actually, we have a woman member of parliament there. She's a very active woman. Of course, we keep communicating the challenges we go through and how to solve them. Maybe since she is neighboring us as a region, we can go in and chip in where necessary. We can help because the posters can be distributed. Of course, we can make them, but actually urge the candidates to print out posters that have both them and the president on the same poster. That one, it's hard for them to actually tear out because people will actually be contemplating and be like, why are you tearing out a candidate's poster? Is she not supposed to campaign? So that's the best I think we will do. We'll have to print posters of both the president and the candidate. And Sabay region is a place we can easily go to. It's not far. We can go there and actually campaign for our fellow in Sabay because she is there. She's very active. We'll go there and move around the place and we'll manage it that way. We'll help her, obviously.
Now back to you, Honorable. In today's raid, what are some of those materials that they have taken that are really very important to the party and to you as a candidate? What are some of those things that have been confiscated?
The only thing that they actually found was the register for candidates. Yes, like whoever we give the membership card, we register their details and we write it down. That's the only thing they actually managed to get because not all of our sensitive materials actually kept in the office. Berets were not there. We already distributed all the berets and the t-shirts on 3rd. That was what they were mostly looking for, and they didn't get anything. And the person actually holding in custody, in prison, in police, they're telling him, if you want to get out, you must provide us with the membership book, you must provide us with the office documents, you must provide us with all these things. That's the condition put on the head. But nevertheless, we have got lawyers and human rights activists who are working on the situation.
Okay. Now, we see you unshaken. Where do you get the strength? Where do you draw your strength from? I expected you to be quaking and speaking in a quaky voice, but you sound very confident. And
you know, Mr. Mosh, before you enter this fight, you should have prepared your mind, your body, and every sense of your body, actually. When I entered this and I entered the strongest opposition, that is, of course, NUP, I got to know that certain things will obviously happen. Actually, if I'm taken right now and arrested, I won't be scared because I know, first of all, people like you out there, there to publish this information and get me out, as long as I'm fighting for the truth of my people. And always liberating your country. If you're to look at the Nelson Mandelas, all the Martin Luther Kings, and all those people, they inspire us so much because it's not about us. It's a service that we are doing to our people. So we should be ready to go through all these kinds of arrests and all that to get to where we actually want our nation to get to. This is a sign to show us that they are really scared of us on ground, because a place like Karamoja, ideally, no one would ever come and say that they're arrested. Oh, people keep calling. I'm sorry. So
Yeah, that's the
we
problem
actually,
sharing. Mm.
yes.
Go on.
So we thank the local community for the growing concerns towards their liberation in the quest for the reclamation of the lost glory and the pride of Karamoja, because right now I'm actually not even putting in much effort, you know, to tell people, hey, this is what is happening, because they're seeing it by themselves. They actually blocked the entire street of my home this morning. Like, whether you are a new person, whether you are anyone, anything, they were just beating up people along the street. You get? So this sent
Mhm.
a really bad message to the local people and the community. And of course, I feel for them so much as being their leader to be. And let's all come together and try to stop all these brutal arrests of police, because it's going to get too much. We're going to lose a lot of people in the fight, and it's actually not right. So let's call for a peaceful demonstration, maybe social media or anything, to actually stop all these brutal acts, because today it might be in Moroto, tomorrow it will be in Bale or any other place. And these attacks actually don't go just like that. They go with arrest, they go with injuring people, they go with a lot, even mentally. It actually changes people's mental status.
Okay.
But
Now,
nevertheless, we'll
mhm.
stay strong and keep fighting.
Now, won't your neighbors get tired of you, because they suffer when you are the target, but they suffer like they're not supposed. When elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. So
Yeah,
your neighbors might get fed up of you.
of course. They will. They complain, and but it happens. You know, even when I was getting into this fight, I actually sensitized my friends, my close friends and family, and also my neighbors. I told them I apologize in advance for all the inconveniences I'll be causing, but we have to fight for this. This is the struggle we have to go for. You know, most of the leaders, the mistake that we do is we don't tell people the facts that are on ground. Actually, tell them people are going to be arrested anytime. You get?
Mhm.
So they are aware. They're always on their toes. They always, hey, Zainab, you're bringing us trouble, but we'll try and handle. So yeah, they get irritated, they get agitated. They be like, because most of their businesses are closed around that place. Like today, there was no business that was open along the entire street. No one was
Those who
allowed
are
to pass
calling
there.
honorable.
Yeah, but we keep fighting. Collateral damage.
Okay. Now, how big was the force that came to attack you guys?
Actually, there were 4 relocals that were along the street with over 100 army and soldiers and the police. There were over
100.
100, because at the look of it, more than 20 were inside my home actually. These people are so disrespectful that they actually even entered into our own bedrooms and started searching. You know, it's just not proper. Without a search warrant, without anything, you enter into someone's home, you enter into the bedrooms and you start pouring down clothes. It's not right. It's not okay. And there were so many, because the entire street was full of them. So I think there were over 100.
Wow. So sometimes I'm even like overwhelmed as well. If they're over 100 and they come just for raid, something that looks like raid. Anyway, it just shows how scared they are.
Yeah.
Like I already asked you what is preventing people from getting confrontational, but I think a moment is going to come when people really stop being civil towards these guys. But my question goes to the levels of fear, according to your own judgment, amongst the Kirimajong community, as far as challenging the dictator is concerned. How would you judge it? Are people fearful or just respectful or just patient?
At first, when there were intimidations and threats, people were actually fearing for their lives, fearing for their children, for their husbands. And of course, as an individual, you'll always be scared. You say, yeah, am I losing my life in this struggle? What's really happening? But nevertheless, people are now getting to know that this is not just about Zainab anymore. This is not just about her wanting maybe the MP seat anymore. It's about our nation. Because by the time they're seeing all this military surrounding my area, they really know that the fight has started. So they no longer fear as the Karamoja community and as Moroto, because if you're to see the reactions in several groups and the videos that people have been sending to me about how they've been reacting, most of them are now saying, okay, now this is the right thing we should actually do. This is the direction we should go to. Though some of them want to start distancing themselves, mostly physically. They don't want to anyone put on berets anymore. They don't want to associate with red anymore. But of course, those are some of the challenges we'll always go through. But nevertheless, we'll always keep talking to them, sensitizing them, and of course, trying to remove fear out of them, because fear is one thing that will make you really destroy you. It will either destroy you or completely perish you down.
All right, now moving forward a little bit back. Tell us, what was the mood like on 3rd when our president got nominated? What was the mood like in the entire sub-region?
I can't speak for the entire sub-region at the moment, but Moroto particularly, we had something planned for it. We got out the TV out of the office space for people to watch his live nomination, because not everyone there can afford a TV set. So, and the reactions were really, really good, surprisingly. Everyone was standing up and be like, okay, now this is the real race that has started. And it was actually published live on NBS on that day. To show the excitement that people had on their faces. The people just felt like there was finally someone standing up for them, because in Moroto municipality, it's like 75% of the youth are there, and almost all of them are actually not employed. So getting someone to stand up for them and trying to say they will empower them and all that, they're really so supportive. And I think the impact on 3rd is what has actually caused the raid today, after seeing what happened on that day. Yes.
Wow. Now, from your own projections, what is the percentage you should expect from your district of presidential election results? Should we expect 110%? Or less than that?
For my president, ideally, I even expect my president to get more votes than me. Because what's on ground is no longer a joke, I'm telling you. Actually, we're trying to get a mobilizing team to move around the entire sub-region just to mobilize for the president, and no one else but the president, because he can't reach these places and he can't speak the language of the people. So we're getting people who will move into these deep villages and actually tell people the real facts and move with the Vision 2021 and everything that Chagulanyi does in his manifesto, but translated in the local language. Yes, so that's what we're actually in the process of training them. Even today, when I told you I had a meeting, that's what we're planning. We're in the process of training them on how to educate the masses, to really touch their minds. Of course, not everything in the manifesto touches the Karamojong. So that's why we're trying to single out a few that really matter the most to them and try to educate them and get to the field and get our president the votes that he deserves, because he actually deserves 100 plus in the entire region, let alone Karamoja. Because Moroto alone has 34,000 votes, which I'm sure he will take all of them. And then in the 9 districts, of course, there are 9 districts in the sub-region. So we're trying to curb all of them and let that man, that old mzee, just rest in peace.
Okay. Now, what is the history of police brutality in your region as far as the opposition politicians is concerned? Is it been a tradition or it's a new thing generally?
Actually, Mr. Mosh, you'll be surprised to know that in the entire region, there's always not been any opposition strong candidate. They always be in opposition, even just before nominations, they're bought off, because they always want to secure the entire votes of the Karamojongs to Museveni. So this is the first time there is a candidate in opposition who is actually pushing it to the very end. You get, like, I've never really seen any Karamojong opposition on the ballot paper as a leader. I've never seen. That's why they actually just take all the votes. You get. So what were your question again?
Like, is there a history of police brutality in your region towards the opposition elements?
Okay, yeah. There's never been police brutality in the region for opposition, because there's never been a true opposition in the region.
So you've been virgins via police brutality and okay, welcome to reality then. So tear gas. So no instance of tear gas as well?
Yeah, actually, tear gas was brought, and the first tear gas we ever saw in the history of Karamoja was when we launched when we launched, not launching my campaign, but the first day we brought the posters of the president and my posters. We tried to put up a procession, yeah, and we were, of course, educating people. Bobby is now in Moroto. Bobby has come to Karamoja. We're so excited, and we were just in the mood of the moment. Before we knew it, tear gas was already all over. We'd never seen tear gas in Moroto ever before. Actually, no one even knew what it was.
What was happening?
Yes, everyone was scared. They were like, what's happening? What is this? You know, kids were all over there crying. Mothers were even actually fainting. That's how bad this revolution has come. So they're really seeing a lot of changes unfolding day by day because of this struggle that we're undergoing. But they're also getting to know, we're unveiling them to the real world, you know? Like, they've always lived in the shadow. They've always never known what's happening. So now they're getting to know what's on ground. What is it that really is going on with other people? They always see Kampala, people are rioting, Kampala this. It's now the same thing actually that is starting to happen in Karamoja. And it's a good thing, because they're getting to know that it's not only one president in the race anymore. You get, they're getting to know that there are actually other parties there that are liberating, that are trying to liberate the nation, that are coming up for the good of the people, that are coming up to serve the people, not for their own selfish interests. Yes, so now they're getting to know the truth. They're getting to reality.
Okay. So we pray for more tear gas to come to your area so that you get to know, you get baptized, what we call the baptism of fire, what we experience on a daily basis here in the center. Now, moving forward, you've talked about how candidates get bought and they never even nominate to run against the NRM. Is it that your price is too high? Are you just proud? What is stopping you from being bought? Don't you want money? Are you so rich?
Oh my God, I actually don't even have any money at all. But when I'm to think about politics, I have very strong mentors on ground. And for me, it's not about money. It's about liberation and service to my community. For so many years, there's been injustice in my district, in my country, in my region entirely. There's been unequitable distribution of resources. There's been no national cake that comes along to Karamoja as a region. The only actually piece of national cake we get is the roads, and the roads are put there for selfish interests. They only put where they know their minerals. You get. There's a road going to this place. Of course, it's a road going to extract gold. And then actually Museveni is coming next month to Moroto to open another road that is going to go up to Kenya. And on that road, it's going up to the mountain side, because he has got to realize that on the southern side of Mount Moroto, there are actually some minerals. Those are rubies, and there's oil. There's crude oil oozing from the back of the south of Mount Moroto. So he's officially coming to open that road. And of course, he knows that I know all these things, and I keep sensitizing the local masses what he's really doing on ground, why he's doing such things. So that's why he's actually scared, because I'm telling them, people, let's get up and ask for accountability of the natural resources they've already taken, and for the ones they actually want to take. Let's stand on ground and fight for that. So I think he's seeing all this that I'm trying to sensitize, and is getting scared.
So you still haven't given me an answer. Why are you hard to buy? Why are you impossible to buy?
Of course, they've approached me, Mr. Mosh, a million times on a daily basis. They've promised me heaven and earth, but it's about my pride. It's about my dignity, and above all, it's about my nation. For you to push up the struggle and get what you really, really want for your people, it's not about money. It's about a service that you're going to deliver. It's the money, I'll get it, oh yes, and then what happens? It's going to get done, and who else is going to stand up firm? I want to act as a stepping stone or an example to my people, and say that someone in opposition can really come up and be true to opposition. Of course, as a human being, you'll be tempted. I won't lie. Yeah, they will tell you to Kwazin, and you'll be like, huh, is that money even real? And they even put it in front of you, no gamba. I need to think twice, ningabanida. So of course there are those challenges, and I pray a lot. I pray that I keep getting strong each and every day. No matter the situation that is going to come, all the challenges, all everything, I have to just withstand and stand my grounds, though it's not easy. I trust me, it's not easy at all.
Okay, and many people are getting encouraged. Actually, most of the comments are celebrating you. If you let them down, manya, so many will be here to tear you apart. People party to Zanya. Someone here, Naira talking about we should demonstrate about the raids. Of course, and I know Chimani, we are living in a dictatorship where you can't demonstrate right now. It's impossible. The only thing we have to focus on is to overthrow the dictator. Now, moving forward, we saw how our president was handled immediately after nomination. I want you to tell us how you felt on a personal level, but also how the people in the region reacted.
How I reacted?
On a personal level, how you felt when your president was abducted immediately after getting nominated. how did you feel? I hope you are following the proceedings, because immediately after
Yeah,
getting nominated, he was arrested by the same security that was provided for him. He was bundled into a van and driven to a location we never got to know. Then getting to his home, he was tear gassed. Some of our comrades were injured. Many were arrested. Right now, we are talking about over 200 or 300 comrades who are in prison over things that you can't even tell. How did you feel personally when you saw how the president was treated?
On a personal level, I really felt so bad. Actually, I was very happy and hyper in the beginning of the day and all that. Then after that, the mood just dropped all of a sudden, because this is not what we should be doing. Ideally, it's shameful to Uganda, let alone Museveni. It's annoying. I felt so bad. I felt so agitated, and it showed me that if my president can go through this for us, that means we have to do even 2 times more. We should be ready for any type of anything that comes along our way. It made me strong in a way that that we should overcome all the fears and intimidations and all these things that are actually going on in our day-to-day lives. Because I can assure you, we have intimidation every day. That I won't lie. Each and every day there is something happening. There is something unfolding. There is something new, you know. But yeah, it was really bad. It was one of the worst situations I've gone through. He reached his home and he couldn't even see his own viewers. He wasn't even able to launch his own manifesto. And actually, there were even, I think, 2 people died in the process.
They were
If I'm not
seriously
wrong.
injured, but they're still alive. They're still in hospital.
Yeah, we lost some 2 people, and it was really bad. But this Uganda shouldn't come to this. It's becoming too
Okay.
much, because it didn't only
Mm-hmm.
happen to our president, it happened to the FDC president. He had to be nominated with no shoes. It's shame to Uganda.
So now moving forward, what are the plans that now we have 58 days to go to see that the president gets elected, you get elected as well, because both of you are getting elected on the same day. So what are the plans you have for the next 80 days? Because like the president said, we are in a ring and it's a boxing match. So the enemy we're fighting against, our hands are tied, by the way, at the back, much as we are in the ring. Our legs are tied as well, but we have to win this fight. How are we going to do it in Moroto? How different are you going to do it to make sure that we win this? You win, the president wins, and the nation wins.
Actually, what we're going to do is go on with scientific mostly. So scientific right now, we've got to realize that it's better, and it's non-violent, like radio talk shows. We want to do radio talk shows at least twice every week. Yeah, and then create more visibility materials that are going to campaign for us. We want to start printing t-shirts very soon. That's if we get finances faster. We want to print t-shirts that are a little different, like that suit the Karamojong culture. We have different types of capes that Karamojongs usually put on that don't look like berets, but we want to just put this logo on it, on those t-shirts, on those capes, and will help us in visibility. And then we want to, these buzindalos and all these speakers, yeah. Though I'm not there or there is no agent there, we just want to put them up on borders or cars, yeah, and move around and spread the message.
Okay.
Of course, this will avoid arrests. Yes. So it will move around, spreading the message, my message, our president's message to the local people.
Okay. Now you're going to give us some Kiromajo and some Luganda. You've spoken so much English. And
Okay.
Katuwe ku Luganda. Team Erietia, is it shaken etide or babumu? Because you told me the last time we talked you had over you hope to nominate. How many councillors will be Bolina like in Moroto?
Moroto tuina local councillors 10 and of banji tebanominating nze lwakuba tebadde tebalina ssente and abalala badde tebabakkiriza babagamba just you don't qualify okitegeera naye kati ttiimu yange of course abalala batidde ne abalala tebatidde bakimanyi what's really going on, yeah? Bakitegedde mbu eno struggle si ya buli kanaku. This is the real opposition, yeah? Ate nabagambye dda oba muli ready kunjoininga, you have to be ready to undergo this, yeah? And bakitegera kubanga bagiraba mu TV buli kanaku bakwata abantu ba Kampala ab'Embale bakola bino, you know, kati bo it's not shaken actually. Of course a few are fearing for their lives, batidde kubanga abalala bamaama bagamba yi tulina abaana tulina abasajja, you get, but it's the challenges we'll go through. There is no fight that comes without strong challenges. Naye tujja gimalamu.
The team remains strong. There is that question here. Someone is asking me actually. I got a piece of my cake. I chose to concentrate on some districts personally. So this question goes to you, Zainab. This one said, Mosh, Karamoja is a large and we don't have much time. How do we help in building a strong team that can comb the place for votes and subsequently protect the vote? That's the question.
Okay, that is from Mr. Opio. Mr. Opio, what we are actually currently doing right now, we finished already creating district structures. We have structures at district level. We have structures at sub-county level. We have structures at parish level and at village level in all the districts in the region. Yeah. So we keep sensitizing these structures. We keep going to them each and every week to because they're the ones who are going to campaign for us. I won't lie to you that I'll be in every place in Karamoja. Of course, it's very big. Kabong alone as a district has over 700 villages. You get, so in every district we have 50 members at the 50 members at the village level, and then we have 30 members at the parish level. We have 20 members at the sub-county level and 15 members at the district level. So we give each and every committee a task to do, a different task to do. And these are the very ones who are going to help us protect our votes on the last minute. These are the very ones who are going to help campaign for us, sensitize the masses in our absentia, and make sure that the local population gets to know the manifesto and gets to know what we're actually advocating for. So we built these structures. Of course, it's a little hard to maintain them because of, having more than 300 people in the structure in the entire sub-region. It's not something it's not something that is easily manageable, but at least we're trying. We're trying to make them we're trying to tell them that you're actually fighting for your own. You're not fighting for me, you're not fighting for Chagulanyi, you're fighting for your own. So you have to be assertive. I'm over speaking English. Eh?
No, it's okay. Go on. Katwogere oluzungu bategere tubisobola.
Yes, kati twina structures mu every level. Kati ba structures bano bajja tuyamba tukumira ki votes zaffe kubanga kati naffe tuwulira tukooye because we planned for it, but tukimanyi mbu bagenda rigging naye tebagenda rigging nga tuli mu polling stations. You get, tujja kumakinga sure tutraininze abantu bano. Actually tuli mu process of training them because okola structures is very important than even rushing to campaign. I know we have very short time, but the more we keep training them and getting them on ground, yeah, it is actually more important because tujabawa like 1.5 months to go on ground. Na ate tuli sure mbubaja jikola what we have trained them to do. Kati, I think I've answered Mr. Opio's question.
Yeah, you have. Actually, anyone else with a question? Someone is requesting for those videos where from Moroto when people are tearing posters. Those videos where the ones that you talked about. You share them with me, and I'll post them on a Choto platform, a Choto Reloaded. You'll find them there, and you get to know how the struggle is moving in our Karamoja region. Anyone else with a question, please, you can share it here so that I don't be the one to ask all the questions. But in case you have no question, I just see a vote of thanks here. Many people are just appreciative. Someone is saying you look organized. You can tell from our discussion. I don't know. People are encouraging you to keep pushing. Henry Chibilige is saying this girl is very informed. Hey, Sebo, this is not a girl. She's a big lady, not a girl. Then let me see. You have support that is Lawrence Chionga. Many people are really very appreciative of the effort that you're putting in, and they really pray that you win and you manage to successfully build that structure and maintain it as well. Because I know it's not easy. It's not easy at all. Then finally, via management and running of the structure within the sub-region, how are you facilitated legally and these other departments, welfare-wise and so forth?
Actually, that is the most difficult thing we're going through at the moment. It contributes to 80%. It contributes to 80% of the problems that we're actually going through, because finances is like the center of everything these days, as you understand. Campaigns have been monetized. Campaigns have become different. Even when we send these structures to the ground, you can't send them to the ground with no money. They can't talk to people with no money. So that's the biggest challenge we are going through. Finances, it's hard because we don't have sponsors at the moment. We've tried to lobby for resources, but I don't know how we are going to do it. We're just moving by the God's grace each and every day. You get? It's very hard to finance them. As in, it's just when you think about it, you don't even want anyone to talk about it. But yeah, we're trying to sensitize people and of course ask for finances from all the well-wishers out there, whoever is able to at least help us to contribute to the struggle, because it's really not easy. It's not easy.
Honorable, on that note, please, I'd written the numbers on a phone and I removed it. It is 0788
07833.
Yeah. Yes.
07833
03
694.
694. So someone was asking, can someone send a mobile man on that number in case they want to stand with you? Is it okay?
Yes, it is registered on mobile money under the names
and the
of
names are
Angela Safia. Yeah?
Angela who?
Angela Safia. Safia, my mom's name.
Okay. Okay, Honorable. Any last remarks for our viewers? Any special information that you'd want them to know about the sub-region in general?
First, I want to send a vote of thanks to all of you, Choto International, all our viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for coming to this platform and to put us out there. I just want to urge, first of all, my fellow Karamojongs in the region and people of Moroto to keep strong and calm. The storm will come to pass. And also, thank everyone there, and also tell them in case they have any form of support that they can help. We appreciate it a lot because it's one of the biggest challenges we're undergoing as a region. And also to tell people to come up and let's fight police brutality. It's too bad for us because the youth are the ones that are actually dying each and every day. We're the ones who are going through this problem and circumstances. We're going to lose our mothers, we're going to lose so many people. And also let's take care of ourselves. Let's not involve ourselves in violent actions. Let's come in peacefully. Let them find a reason to come and attack us, but let us not give them a reason to attack us. Let's just be peaceful. Let's put our put our minds out there and educate people and keep sensitizing, campaign in a very good way, non-violent means. And let's take care of ourselves because we need ourselves to vote on the last day. Please, let's just be organized and
All right, comrades, thank you so much for thank you so much for staying tuned here. Honorable, we thank you so much for the time, because when I approached you to talk about the situation, I thought you'd be like, I'm still trying to sort this out and that out. But it's good that you came out and clarified and also sent a positive message out to fellow people in the struggle so that we remain strong. And like I said, an injustice where you are, like it's Martin Luther who said, so an injustice that is in Moroto affects people power wherever, be it in Japan, be it in the US, be it in the UK. But what makes us unique is the ability to stand together. No kwebereramu. Ewatali kwebereramu, people cannot exist. We are each other's brother's keeper. As I speak right now, we have comrades who were arrested on the day our head offices were raided. That is almost a month ago. These guys are still in Chitalia, Minimax prison. Several comrades. Today we were trying to raise bail money for them. I don't know if we succeeded, because by the time I came on air, I hadn't yet checked. But I get to know those guys are still in prison. Then we have those comrades who are arrested on 3rd. Many of them, just in my home area where I was, where we held our celebrations from. 27 comrades were arrested, but thank God we've tried our level best to see that they get released. Nenga si kyangu, ebintu bizibu. But I thank you, Honorable, for always being available and ready to discuss matters concerning the struggle. And trust me, we shall overcome. We are going to win this. And I want to see you in Parliament. I want to see you deliberating these issues on the floor of Parliament. And you, our viewers out there who stand with us, who support us, who encourage us, who give us a magazine. Sooner than later, if God allows, I want to come. I was in Teso, and we moved around Bukedia, Bukabera Maido, Soroti, Moro. I've forgotten some of the districts. Now I want to come to your home district. I want to be there and tell these people, Honorable Yaria Tulimba Tebali, Yobamba Gambe, wow, the structure is even bigger than what the Honorable was saying. I want to come and we talk to them, we train them, we encourage them. Tubalagenti tuliwamu mu kintu kino. We are trying also to make materials and posters so that we can stand with you teams, and byonna bisoboka abantu abasobola singa tuyimirira wamu. So that number that has been running down gye tukozesa in the names of Kibuka Moses to get materials and to get facilitation otuyambako okutambula. Mwena abatubeereddewo, we thank you and we salute you. Mwebale kubeera baakabi, kubanga fena tuli baakabi nga president waffe, and tugenda Ntebe mu ntebe. Ebisigadde, God bless you. Thank you so much, Honorable, for your time and for everything, and we pray that we succeed in this.
Thank you.
Okay.